Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit quiet here on the flower farm since my last video, and that is through a combination of back pain, which is getting better now, and also really bad weather and a bit of office work as well that I wanted to get done. So in today's video I really want to get cracking back on the flower farm with a few jobs. I'm trying to take it easy still because the back issue still isn't fully resolved, so I don't want to go back to square one with that, and I've still got to finish off some office jobs as well, but I'm really desperate to get back outside. And this morning when I was having my breakfast, the sun started coming out, which I haven't seen for what feels like absolutely ages, so I thought I need to get myself out in that sunshine and doing a little bit of light work because I've been missing being out in the fields. So what I've got to do today is to sow a quick cover crop, which is behind me here, and this one is actually called a summer quick fix mix, and that is basically what I want it for, is to quickly fix some areas of empty beds that I've got. So in my last video I mentioned that one of the soil health principles that I like to follow the 5 soil health principles, and as one of those soil health principles is to keep the soil covered with living roots, I want to put a cover crop into my empty bed so that they are keeping soil health in tip-top condition in those beds, and I'm not causing any detrimental kind of effects by leaving them empty. So here I've got this summer quick fix mix, which has got mustard, fodder radish, crimson clover, berseem clover, sweet clover, Persian clover and red clover. So this is called a quick fix mix because it kind of fixes nitrogen, or it's supposed to fix nitrogen. So I'm not really fussed about what it is, to be honest, as long as it's living roots in the soil, and if I manage to produce some autumn sown hardy annuals that can go in that field, then it's going to be something that's going to be easy to kill off in a few weeks' time when I want to plant those hardy annuals in the field. I've also been working on painting a new Honesty Box shed, which I might actually rebrand as like a farm stand, because some people don't really get the what an Honesty Box is, and I'm not sure whether that's kind of for the American people. Let me know in the comments if you kind of understand what an Honesty Box is, or whether you think it should be called a farm stand or flower farm stand. What should I call it? Because I want it to be self-explanatory. I want people to be able to come and help themselves to flowers and take them away for the weekend. So hopefully the shed will be able to be put together today, and I can finish painting it and everything, and then I'm going to pick some flowers hopefully today too to put into the Honesty Box. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around the back of the farm, count up stems of flowers just to check that I've actually got enough available, because it has been raining non-stop here for at least the last week or so, and we've had lots of heavy rain. So now's the perfect time to sow the cover crop, because I think that we're having a bit of a break in the rain and the ground is going to be nice and moist for the seeds to germinate. But yeah, I need to go and check on the quality of the flowers to make sure that I've got enough for Honesty Box bunches, and also I'll be able to make a rough estimate of how many bunches I'll actually be able to put together. Yeah, that's basically it for today. I have been working on something new for my YouTube channel, which is a memberships section. And I have been working on a few species specific videos, which are how-to videos of how to sow, grow, harvest specific varieties. The last couple of days I've been working on snapdragons, and I've been taking suggestions on my Instagram for other varieties that you want me to cover. So let me know in the comments what varieties you would like me to cover in those how-to videos, and if there's anything else you'd like me to cover in a special members area, which is going to be accessible by a very small monthly payment. So when that's available, I will let you know, and you can sign up to that if you wish. But if you don't want to, I'm going to continue making this style of video, which is free to everyone on my channel. So anyway, let's stop talking and start doing. Okay, so this is how the field is looking. I actually didn't manage to produce anything to sow in this bed this year, so that's going to be a candidate for my summer quick fix cover crop. And there's more flowers over in that area. There's zinnias, Statice, Cosmos, Scabious. There is some Helichrysum here and some Mallow in the corner over there. Just said Helichrysum, didn't I? The Ami, it's not looking too great. As you can see, some of it's dying off here. I'm not sure if that's kind of a viral problem that Ami gets. Weedy looking patch of phlox here, and over here I'm not sure whether there's going to be any salvageable snapdragons here, but there's lots of more Statice. Over here there was some flax, which is called Salmon Bright Eyes, which is a very nice variety. I wonder whether we might have some stems that are long enough to put into bouquets there. But yeah, this bed is a bit of a failure because of the wind blowing over the snapdragons and causing them to bend, which was a mistake on my part. I can see it's frustrating because I can see all of the work that needs doing in these fields, but I really don't want to cause more damage to my back, which I know is what will happen if I start driving around with weeds. So maybe it would actually make you a better farmer in the long run to consider the effects on your own health before making any decisions about bending over and pulling over those weeds. Maybe the management techniques would be much better in a system where you were trying to think about your own health. So these two beds here never got filled up this season, so that is another 2 beds for the summer quick fix cover crop. This was a cover crop as well, and the cover which has now blown off was on there to kill off that cover crop, and obviously it's done its job now, so another cover crop can be sown in there as well. So we've got 1 and then 2 with the big long bed over there, and then this half. This was where there were some foxgloves. I could probably pull that up as well. This was a cover crop as well that needs probably tarping over and killing before we do anything with it. And this section here of this bed can be cover cropped as well. So as you can see, there's kind of a very large area of my flower field this season that hasn't got crops in it, which is a massive shame, and is obviously impacting my pocket quite a bit this season. Doubled with the fact that people don't seem to want to take part in workshops much this season. I'm not sure if that's just a me problem or if it's a reflection of kind of the cost of living crisis that we're having here in the UK. So yeah, just got to try and do what we've got to do. That's why I'm kind of working a lot on my YouTube channel at the moment and kind of online revenue streams. The Cosmos seem to be doing okay, considering we've had all of the rain. So yeah, I'm going to just do a quick stem count, and then we can have a look at where to sow the cover crops and find the tools that I need. I need a rake and maybe some worm compost just to inoculate that cover crop seed, and then we're good to go. So in this field I've counted at least 300 stems, which would make a decent amount of bouquets. However, I am kind of wary that the Honesty Box hasn't been out there for a long time, probably around a year, so I don't want to kind of just pick absolutely everything and put it out there and hope for the best, because I'm not sure how well it's going to be received. Saying that, I haven't got any other sales avenues for my flowers this weekend because I haven't got any weddings or workshops, so we'll just have to see how it goes. I can always pick more, keep putting them out there, and I have got more flowers in the front field, so if I wanted to add some foliage etc to those, then I can do. But I just wanted to show you the watermelons and melons and tomatoes that I've got going on here in the polytunnel. So here I've got, unfortunately I didn't keep them labelled, which is a shame, but I'm really excited about these melons in the polytunnel, and it just feels so exotic to me to be able to grow melons. So this one's doing really well, and this is a watermelon, and there are some fruits there, and the tomatoes are also doing well. My dad came over a few weeks ago to help me string them up because he works in a greenhouse producing cucumbers and tomatoes, so he gave me some tips about obviously I haven't been following the tips to the letter because, as you can see, those tomatoes there are looking a bit wild. So what I am excited about is these San Marzano tomatoes. Just look how great they look, so shiny. They're going to be great for pizza and tomato sauces and things. And then I have another melon here which has a couple of babies on it, so I'm looking forward to eating all of those this summer. And then over here I have got a cucamelon plant which has taken ages to get going. I thought they were quite prolific, but it's been taking a while to get going, so hopefully soon it will start growing up this bar here. I'm so frustrated that my back pain has stopped me from being able to turn this compost pile, and actually I'm wondering whether this compost pile was the cause of my back problem. As you can see, there's lots of amaranthus seedlings popping up here, and what I wanted to do was to turn it and put all these into the centre so that they would be killed off by the heat. We managed to keep some really good heat in here for a really long time. It's still at 40 degrees, and the last time I turned it was a week and a half ago, or even more than that, maybe 2 weeks ago. So unfortunately I haven't been able to do the third turn, but as soon as I feel like I'm capable of doing it, I will turn it again and then just leave it to rest for a couple of months, and then I might even be able to use it in autumn as a top dressing on some of my flower beds. So I've got that bed uncovered and raked over, and now I'm about to mix some seed with vermicompost. So I've got a bag of vermicompost there, and I've got my seed here. Right, all the beds are prepped and raked out, so now all I need to do is scatter the seed and rake them in. And I've got this bed behind me uncovered. I've actually moved the weed membrane up onto the there's like a bit of a concrete pad just underneath this wall, so I've moved that up onto there because there was some fat hen and things appearing up there, so I've moved that up and hopefully that'll kill that off while the cover crop seed takes hold here again. I am not going to try and rake this bed here because it's basically just rock, and it is not feeling good for my back at the moment with the raking, so I'm just going to go in with seed scattered and just see what happens and hope for the best. just got all of my flowers picked. I've got I think 2 buckets from the front, 2 buckets from the back, so there's plenty to be getting on with. And I was just thinking about, sometimes when I put flowers together, I do it because it's what I've got available, and it's not necessarily what I would choose if I had unlimited selection of flowers to choose from, or if I was a florist who had the ability to buy them in, which is kind of tricky sometimes, because you want to sort of have your own style and work with that, but you also want to use what you've grown, and sometimes it isn't necessarily what you fancy using or goes with your style. So sometimes I struggle with kind of bouquets that I've made and I don't necessarily like the way they look, but I suppose that's with any kind of, I suppose it is a bit of an art form. With any kind of artwork or creative design that you're coming up with, you're always going to have situations where you're not happy with your work. But these flowers behind me are kind of representative of what I like to grow here on my farm. They're very bright and very happy kind of colours, so I'm looking forward to putting those together later on, because I feel like it's really going to represent me and my brand, and how I want to be kind of seen, I suppose. So that's hopefully if they come together the way that I'm imagining that they are going to anyway. I've had a bit of an alpaca wool explosion here whilst I've been picking flowers. Nelson has decided to open up all of the alpaca wool bags that were being stored in the polytunnel and distribute the alpaca wool all over the place, so I've got that to tidy up at some point. But I'm just going to get these flowers back in the cool just for now, so that they are going to condition nicely, ready to be put together probably tomorrow now, because I still need to put the honesty box together this evening and make sure that's looking good. So the honesty box is up and running. I need to stop calling it the honesty box, because I think I'm going to call it the flower shed from now on, so people can come to the flower shed to purchase flowers. And I've just made 3 more bouquets that I'm going to go and put up there. I would take a walk down there, but it's absolutely chucking it down, and the flowers will not thank me for it, or at least my customers won't, because the packaging will be ruined if it gets rained on. So I'm going to just wait a little bit and might even drive up there in the car just to be extra lazy about it. And then I might even have to, if it's not going to stop raining, then I might have to just put some waterproofs on and go and pick some more flowers for tomorrow. I just don't know how it's going to go, because when I used to sell flowers at the flower stand, the honesty box as it used to be, the used to sell out so quick, but times are not the same as they were last time when I used to sell flowers like that. So we'll just see. Usually when it's new, when people aren't quite familiar with it, then it doesn't sell out as quick because people just aren't aware that it's there. The other problem is that it's very well seen from leaving the village in one direction but not in the other. So I need to get a sign for the main road just so that people know that the flower shed is there. So yeah, exciting. I'm excited about it, but I know that there's probably going to be a tea leaf that comes and spoils it for me. So trying not to get too excited about it, but yeah, we'll see. I'll walk up there soon and I'll show you. We'll see what's sold out of. I put 9 bouquets up there and I've got 3 more here. So yeah, fingers crossed. So I've just topped up the Honesty Box and it looks like there's only 2 being sold, but the weather has been bad. So nice. So I've just got back from being out today. It's Saturday today, and I put some more flowers out this morning, a couple of bunches, and I was kind of feeling a little bit disheartened because yesterday I only sold 3 bunches, and so I still had 9 bunches left this morning, but I'm sold out today. So I picked more flowers last night just in case I was going to sell out, and I'm just putting those together as bunches. So hopefully those will sell out too, and I will have done well on my Honesty Box this weekend. So that's exciting, and hopefully from now on for the rest of the season, whenever I have surplus flowers, I can put them up on the Honesty Box, and that's going to go well. And like I said before, I'm feeling quite buoyant now because people seem to be being honest at the moment, and I don't know how long that's going to continue for, but we'll see. I think I'm going to put a camera up there. We just need to have some kind of wireless dongle or something up there so that we've got Wi-Fi. So yeah, I'm going to put these bunches together and then call it a day for this video, and up till now the Honesty Box has been a success. Thanks so much for watching this week's video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to learn more about putting hand-tied bouquets together, then don't forget that I have an online workshop that is accessible to anyone, anywhere. Once you've purchased the workshop, you can watch it as many times as you like. I'll leave the link down in the description so you can check it out for yourself. See you soon.